In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to make this beautiful gender reveal balloon. In this video, I'm using a blush balloon with pastel pink and blue tassels, but we have a lot of other colors available. And this is what it looks like when we pop it.
Some tips for success in assembling your gender reveal balloon is to read all the instructions. There is an instruction sheet that comes with the balloon, and I highly recommend that you read them because any updates or anything else is going to be on the instruction sheet and may not be in this video. So please read all the instructions. You're going to want to assemble your balloon the day of your event. Balloons are just tricky. You can inflate it and the helium, the gas will like contract inside the balloon and it'll make the balloon smaller. So you don't want to risk that, especially with the gender reveal. So I would encourage you to inflate it the day of, and especially place the decal the day of, because if you put the decal on, like say you have to inflate it the day before and then you put the decal on the day before, it could be that your balloon shrinks a little bit and then your decal will like bubble and wrinkle. So we don't want that. One problem that I see customers have often is they don't inflate it all the way. And so please follow the directions. It needs to be at least 7.5 feet in circumference or 2.5 feet in diameter. And if it's not inflated all the way, it will not float. You can, of course, still use the balloon if it doesn't float. I've seen people hold them up and still pop them and take pictures and stuff like that. But ideally, we do want it to float. So please make sure it's inflated to the size it's supposed to be. The last thing is you have to be really gentle with the balloon. It is a balloon after all. So you want to keep it away from anything sharp or prickly like a brick wall or anything like that. If it gets too hot, it may pop. So it is made out of latex, which is a natural material, and it is delicate. So you really want to guard it and, make sure it's protected until you're ready to use it. Now let's unpackage your order. It'll come with your jumbo balloon, of course. It is double stuffed in order to conceal the color of the confetti. It comes with a pink and a blue confetti package, unless you requested only one color, alcohol wipes to wipe down your balloon before you place the decal, a popping pin and a 260 long balloon to tie your balloon with, and a small balloon to use as a weight. You will also find your instructions, which I recommend you read through. Also included is a 7.5-foot ribbon. This can be used to measure the circumference of your balloon to make sure it's large enough to float. Also included are your tassel tail kits in the colors that you chose. And of course, your personalized vinyl decal. There are two different types of decal, a peel and stick decal and a decal with a transfer sheet. The transfer sheet is used to keep the spacing between the letters when the letters are not connected. It depends on the style that you chose. Now I'm going to show you how to fill the balloon with confetti. You can use something like this PVC pipe section to help you out. It just needs to be smooth so that it doesn't damage the inside of the balloon. I'm just going to fill it by hand, which also works very well. It takes about 5 minutes to fill. I'm just going to take a pinch at a time and place it inside the mouth of the balloon. And I'm going to keep doing that until all my confetti is in. Once the confetti is all in, the balloon is ready to be inflated. If you choose to inflate it with helium, you simply wrap the mouth around the helium dispenser and fill it. You want it filled to 7.5 feet in circumference, and that is what the ribbon is for, so you can measure. You can temporarily tie the balloon with a 260, long 260 balloon that's provided and measure it, and then that can be removed. Or if it's large enough, you can go ahead and tie it. Here I'm twisting the neck of the balloon and then wrapping that long 260 balloon around the neck of the balloon and double knotting it. Now, if you're taking your balloon to a party store and they're filling it for you, they can tie it however they choose. They may not want to use that long balloon. Now we're going to place the decal on the balloon. I'm simply holding the balloon between myself and a table, and I'm wiping the surface where the decal is going to go with my alcohol wipe. Then you're going to lay out the decal the way you want it. This is an important step because once the decal is placed on the balloon, you cannot remove it. It'll damage your balloon. So be careful in your planning. And once you've decided where you want it, just unpeel one side of the decal, preferably I usually go from the left to the right, and just slowly adhere it to the balloon, smoothing out any bubbles or wrinkles as you go. You'll want to be really gentle during this process. The vinyl is delicate, so you don't want to force it off of the backing. You just want to be really careful in applying it. The next part I'm going to do is place the vinyl decal with the transfer sheet. The transfer sheet is above the decal. It's a layer above the decal, and it helps keep the spacing between the lettering correct. Please note that not all designs will have a transfer sheet. Mostly it's this specific design with this font, but yours may not have it. So we're going to apply that smoothing from the middle out towards the sides, and then I'm going to take the left corner of the transfer sheet and I'm going to fold it onto itself and slowly peel that off, leaving the vinyl lettering on the balloon and peeling the transfer sheet off. Again, you want to do this very gently and carefully, and just fold it onto itself and slowly glide it off. Sometimes you'll have to hold the decal down for this to work properly. Now here towards the end, I did tear the bottom of the Y a little bit. So I just peel it off from the transfer sheet and I smooth it out, and it still looks just fine. So it can be a little forgiving if there are little tears in it. These last pieces are just like stickers. They're small and they're all in one piece. So I just apply them like I did the first one. Now it's time to assemble the tassel tail. I'm going to show you how to assemble one tassel and then how to add all the tassels onto the string to create your tassel tail. Each kit comes with 5 tassels. Each tassel kit does, so a gender reveal kit will have 10 tassels total. We're just going to open up the tassel sheets, and we're going to find the center. They're folded onto each other, and we're going to find the center so that we can open these up and spread them out. You want to be careful doing this part because the sections do tear easily. So I'm going to take one of the sheets and I'm going to spread it out. I'm going to fold each end towards the middle, and then I'm going to roll from one end all the way to the next. Then I'm going to twist at the center about 1.5 inches, and I'm going to fold it onto itself to create a loop. Then I'm going to take one of the twist ties and use it to secure the loop. Once I'm done twisting it, I'm going to tuck the ends of the twist tie into the center of the tassel to hide them. Then I'm just going to comb out my tassel and it's ready to go. Once you have all of your tassels assembled, it's time to place them on your string to make the tail. I just take one of the tassels and tie it onto the string and just make sure to double knot it so it stays in place. And then I'm going to take the next color tassel and do the same. I usually leave about 4 inches between each tassel. And this is just one way to do it. You can use any pattern you want with the tassels. There are different ways to style your tassel tail. Some people bunch them all together instead of having a long tail. It just depends on what style you're going for. To apply the tassel tail to your balloon, you're just going to use the 260 long balloon and tie it around the neck of the inflated balloon. If your balloon is not floating, you can remove a couple of the tassels to relieve some of the weight, and then it'll help the balloon float better. Now I'm going to show you how to add tassel tails to your pin. I think this just makes the pin a little more visible and cute. I'm just taking 2 tassels and using the string to attach them to the bottom of the pin, and then cutting off the extra string. Your kit will also include a smaller 12-inch balloon that you can use as a weight after filling it with some water. This is just optional if you don't have another weight handy. Thank you so much for your purchase. Please contact us on Etsy if you have any questions.